Hello everyone, it's Della DuLac. Today I'm going to share with you my alternative projects from the March 2024 kit called Memorable Meadows. This has to be one of my favorites. I may say that a lot because Stampin' Up! Has wonderful kits, but this one is really pretty. I love the print that they've done on the card base, and they've done it on the whole card part. I will show you that in just a second. So when you subscribe in your first kit, you get a clear block that you'll keep and use with all the rest of your kits. And this one, this is the stamp set. It's kind of hard to see like this, but here's the little print. So that's the stamp set that you get, and in this one you get the garden green ink spot. I'll set that over there. Okay, and then with the envelopes, you've got the beautiful print that they've done on the inside for a liner. I prefer it when they put some beautiful stuff on the outside of the card because you can't see this when you seal this up. But very pretty anyway, and it matches the cards. These are the card bases. Now what I was saying is that they have them printed on the whole card front and back. Beautiful. You can do your kit just as it is, but this is just so pretty for me. I love to cut these apart and make two cards out of these. So pretty. Love that. So I'll show you what I've done with those. Here are my cards. Let's get them out of the box, and a couple of pieces that I have left over that I will use on the other cards when I finish the kit. These are some little wood die cut pieces. Very cool, really fun. So let's move the box. Okay, so here are some of my cards. I'll move that too. Set this over here for reference. Okay, so when you get your cards, you can do them as they are in the kit, and then it has little instructions when you open your little box or your little pamphlet right here. We'll show you how to put those together, but I like to do them a little bit different. So with this one, I actually took the card, and instead of cutting this one apart, I have folded it the other direction and then folded it back on itself. So you've got kind of a fun little fold like that. Super quick and easy. Just turn it around the other way. So when I have cards like this that have some light areas that I can write in, I'll leave it just like that. Super simple, very basic. Just added a couple of the little self-adhesive rhinestone. Actually, they're a little bit more, they're not really a rhinestone, but fun. So I've done that with this one. I did the same thing with this one here, and I've folded it like this, and then I've got that white card. Since it's printed, pretty solid print through the whole thing, I added just a little white piece. I'm going to show you how I did that one very quickly, and then we'll come back to the other cards. So I've taken this one, and I'm going to fold it back on itself. So it's on the inside. Let's make sure that that is straight. Grab my bone folder here and give a nice crease, and then I'm going to fold this back, line it up with that edge. Okay, get my bone folder again. There we go. So now I've got that piece just like I did with the card over here. Okay, and now I have a white liner. Just going to put that on the inside. So I have something to write on. Okay, and then we'll just line that up so there's a little bit of a border. This is a 4-inch by 2.5 inch. So I put in there so when you fold the card you don't see that. And then I've taken one of the other little tags, so I can put that here. So you want to make sure you only put adhesive on this side of it. So when you put that on, you don't glue your card closed. Okay. So we'll line that up somewhere in the middle top. Something like that. And now I've got this piece like this. Okay, and then the little, what did I do with the little rhinestones? Ah, they're over here. Okay, so we'll just add a couple of those. Just sprinkling a little bit of bling, something fun on the cards. So you can do something like that. You can add a couple over here. Very cute and very quick, super quick. That's one thing you can do with some of your cards. Move a couple of these things out of the way, and we'll get back to the other cards that I've done in the kit. So this one, again with that same card part, or card base that I did cut apart, I have used on, I went through on the, down here at the bottom on the back of your sheet will tell you all of the coordinating colors that they've used in this kit. So if you have some cardstock on hand in those colors, that's a great resource for you to use that you know that your card bases are going to match. So I've got all of these. So when I've cut these apart, I will go through and I will cut this. I will show you. Okay, so I have cut this like this. So that's how it shows up, and then I will cut it. So this one I will make sure that it's 4 inches because that's usually my mat. I will cut it to 4 by 5 1/4 so it will fit on my card. So I'll cut it like this, and then this one I leave that little score line, and then I will cut this at 4 inches, and then I've got this piece left over, and then that's what I'll use in some of my inside pieces, or the pieces that I'll put on the inside of the card. So that's how I will cut those, and I will do that with most of my cards, like especially this. I mean, this back panel is beautiful just by itself. I don't know why you would want that on the back of the card. So I will cut that one as well, but that's how I've cut most of these. And this one I added that little strip on the inside with a piece of white. Very, very cute. This one I added just so if you have some little flower punches. Did one on the inside. So that line, that little score line that you have, let me find that piece right here. There we go. So when you have that little score line, I don't like it to show, so I will wrap some cord or ribbon or another piece of cardstock colored strip just to cover that up, but you still have that whole card base to use. Very cute. Same with this one. This one was actually this piece here that I've cut off of that front one, and I wrapped my cord around there, added on some of the purple base, and that little strip that I cut off, put in there on white. So it will be, of course, longer than what you need. So I just glued that on and then just trimmed that little tip off. And then I'm using all of my card pieces. And this one is the back of that card. And then added one of those little wood pieces that came in there. And then the birds I used from an old paper pumpkin that had these birds. I love these birds. I usually keep these little guys on a block on my desk because I use them on almost all of my beautiful scenery cards just to add a few little birds. Super cute. Again, with this, I've got the little skinny strips that I've cut off. I've used almost all of my little card pieces because paper is just beautiful. And then this one was this card here. So this one was the front panel. Added a little bit of a ribbon just to cover up that little fold, or that little score line. And put that on beautiful, I think this one is the Mossy Meadow. That strip that I've got on the inside. And then this is the back panel. Actually, that one is also the front. No, there's the back panel. So these two are the same front pieces, but you can see I've done them just a little bit different in how they look on different colors. You really get a different look And then this one I folded the front. So I folded my card like this, folded it back on itself like I did the other one, and then just added that panel to the half. So I've got another fun little fold like that. Super cute, quick, easy fold. So those are the two front pieces, but they look different from what you do with them. And then this is the back panel. See how pretty that is? Even just the back panel, and then added another one of those little wood pieces and the tiny little strips on the inside just to use everything up. And then this one was, I'm trying to figure out which one this one was. Oh, it was this back panel, yes. So this back panel with this tree, so I've cut it so it will open up like that, and then I put that front piece here so you can still see it when you have the card closed, and then open. And they look great just on white base cards too. So if you don't have all the colors that come in the kit, have a package of the white on hand, and then you can do the same thing. Just adding all of these to make more cards. And then this one here, when you're all done with the pieces and you've just got your stamp set left over, pull out an embossing folder for a background. Just do a simple card, a little front there. So I've taken my stamp and I colored on it with the markers and then stamped here. Sometimes with the photopolymer stamps, especially when they're new, you don't get a very good inking. Sometimes it kind of beads up. So take an emery board or something and just kind of rough up that stamp a little bit, and it will hold on to that ink a little bit better. So you get a better inking. And then I did another little flower on the inside. Super cute. Very, very cute. Fun card kit. I love these. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you liked what you saw, and don't you forget to click that bell button so you don't miss a video. If you like what you saw here, be sure to visit my website, and you can find all kinds of wonderful kits, especially the online exclusives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.